joining us to have this conversation this morning is Oluwafemi Aratokun-Ale. He is a security expert who is well versed in areas around security, border control, border security, and what have you. Thank you so much for joining us, Femi Aratokun-Ale, this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Good morning, Nigeria.
Good morning. Let's kick off very swiftly so that we can, answer a couple of questions within our time frame. When we hear border porosity, fuel smuggling, what are some of the major social implications of fuel smuggling for communities that are surrounded around Nigeria's border? If we kick off with that.
Thank you for this very sensitive topic this morning, and I think I need to let you all know that border control and smuggling is a very delicate topic and very sensitive as well. However, the impact it's going to be having on the government or within a territorial country today is tax evasion and loss of revenue, and again, risks to life as well. So we are all going to be affected one way or the other if things like this are continuing and if there is no control over it. However, when we mention this topic, we're not really referring only to the immigration services or the custom officers only. There are other key officers or departments that are equally responsible. But the question we need to ask is this: why are they not responding or being proactive in dealing with this issue swiftly?
All right, let's move on to another interesting question now. Of course, fuel scarcity is what we're having now, and price for hike in price. I remember that Dangote made a statement. Dangote Refinery made a statement that if they don't sell to Nigeria, they would also sell outside Nigeria. So my question now is: we have a lot of, with this new with Dangote entering the whole the whole petroleum market thing. And NNPCL trying to monopolize it by being the sole buyer from Dangote. What is the fate of, would it be able to curb independent marketers exporting it out of the country to neighboring countries to sell?
Well, it's not going to be possible because Alhaji Aliko Dangote should be way more patriotic to his country than any other foreign countries. And what we need to look into is this: what is the population in Nigeria? What is in what capacity are we using this petrol and other oil products that we need in Nigeria today? So thinking about other countries, we need to sort our own house first. So I think the priority should be Dangote should please think about Nigeria first, and let us see how we can work collaboratively together to ease the tension in Nigeria. Nigeria is our home, and that is the first thing we need to do. But having said that again, the independent marketers, are they going to rally around to see how we can solve this issue? Do we really believe in importing fuel will be the best way? Or let us work and deal with our own local products and see how it's going to serve our masses? That is what we need. The suffering, the hardship is too much now, and what we do need at the moment is a way of resolving and easing the tension within our community.
All right, so
our communities as well.
Just to understand that we are hammering or bordering on fuel smuggling in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, and we know that the world is really advancing. Technology is taking over the world now. If I could connect this a little, you're a security expert. When we're talking about when we're talking about combating insecurity, we talk about some technological ways of carrying it out. And that can also be connected to fuel smuggling. In your perspective as an expert in this field, are there some technological advancements that can be employed to detect and intercept fuel smuggling activities, bearing in mind that sometimes it feels like we're a country that has not really accepted some technological advancement? We see it fail in combating insecurity. So can this play out in detecting and intercepting fuel smuggling? If yes, what are some of these technological advancements?
Okay, thank you for this question you just asked me, and this is how I'm going to dissect and explain it. Technology has never really failed in Nigeria, but the question is, are we embracing technology to fight crime and combat crime and tackle issues in Nigeria? No, we're not, because the budget is there, but we're not really investing into it. That is one. Secondly, how many people do we really have in the departmental area of oil security sector that we're really thinking of? Do you really know we have what we call the ASU within the oil security sector? That is the anti-smuggling unit. That is ASU. We have that, and we have the Revenue Protection Protection Service unit as well. These are people that are meant to really work together with immigration and the customs within the borders, so that we know what is coming in and what is going out. But we're not really looking or thinking or investing into all this. Rather, we're just placing road safety police to man all these jobs. These are serious units that needs to be well-funded and given a lot of investment in terms of technology that will make us understand what is going on in our country. Do you know how many petrol stations that can't even give us the exact amount of petrol they sell a day? A lot of them. Majority of the petrol stations we see along our borders, are they really servicing, or they are just there for smuggling reasons? We don't even know. So the question we need to ask is this: do we have the right technology to tackle all this? The people that are meant to handle technology, are they well trained? Are they well, do they have the patriotism in them to say, you know what, this is our country, we have to do it together? Do not forget, when we talk about smuggling, we're not talking about poor man's business here. We're talking about the rich and the powerful that are actually committing this crime. And who are they using in committing this crime? They are using the masses. So we've been using poverty to weaponize in a way that it benefits some certain sector of people, and some people are really suffering. And who are those suffering today? It's me and you. You want to go to work, by the time you get to your bus stop, you want to take your Uber, the prices change. Then it's going to dip into your own salary that you still don't even know how you're going to use it to cope for the month. So we are all suffering this, but the departments that are meant to work, are they actually working? If they are not working, then questions need to be asked. Please call them in, ask them questions, do a telephone community consultation, and let's hear what people are saying. These are ways we can actually tackle these issues. If not so, it's not going to work. We have young, vibrant students, everybody around, that can actually work technology out for us in Nigeria. But we fail to use them.
Right.
And when we talk about people now leaving the country, we feel like we're embarrassing everybody or embarrassing the government. No, we're not. Rather, the country is actually, or the government is actually embarrassing the member of the public. So what we are saying here is this: embrace technology, allow the youth to even be part of it. Allow the criminology students in different schools to be part of it. Allow the young police cadets that are well vibrant, that are energetic, to work alongside what we have. These are ways we can actually tackle things. It is not by the old-fashioned traditional ways. A lot of ways are being introduced. A lot of AI tools are out there that can actually work to combat all these crimes we have today in our countries. Look at our truck drivers driving our tankers, supplying and distributing fuel. Are they well trained? Where do they know? Where do we know they are coming from? So if we are talking about the government, the private sector have got their own share of the blame as well, because we've refused to imbibe or embrace the new ways of doing things. Rather, we just want to follow our old ways, and it's not really working for us. And the impact is what we're having today. If we don't do all this, we might likely not see the end of this crisis.
All right, thank you very much. Now, I want to ask two questions, and if you can answer them as short as possible. Now, the first question is, the former president, Muhammadu Buhari, said during his administration that Nigeria does not have the capacity to man its entire borders. So my first question is, what are your thoughts about this statement? Is it true? Then the second one in regards to that also is, what role now can the international corporations or international countries play in addressing this issue of fuel smuggling? Or are they complacent in this fuel smuggling?
Let's put it this way. Smuggling or no smuggling has been happening before the birth of me and you. Petroleum smuggling or crude oil smuggling from Nigeria to other countries has been happening even way before independence. Let's put it that way as well. However, can we control things in our country? Yes, we can control things. Do we have the willpower to control it? No, we do not have the willpower. Do we have the manpower to control things? Yes, we have the manpower, but what is it that we're really lacking? We're just being greedy, we're selfish, and we don't want to face the truth. Because some set of people just want to be in control of the power. They want to be the power players. That is why we see what is happening today. I agree, Nigeria is big and we have so many porous borders in hundreds. But the question is this, when we keep talking about, oh, there is no job, excuse me, what does it cost to protect the borders? We have them all in the communities. So if our communities are porous, then who's making it porous? I have to blame the government, the governor, the local government chairman, the ward councillors. What is their job? What are they doing? Why not employ people and let them do this job for us? Let us embrace and work together and see how this will work. So if we say we don't have the capacity of the manpower, we have the capacity, we have the manpower, but the will of the government to do it is what is lacking. And when will of the government is lacking, who do we blame? We have to continue to blame the leaders. But are the leaders being heard?
Okay, you know,
we need to ask.
So
we need to work together.
Right.
We need to be honest and see how it's going to work.
Right, you talked about the will of the government. As an expert, let's see if we can borrow some of your thoughts. How can the Nigerian government, our leaders, those at the helm of affairs, promote the efficient distribution of fuel within the country to reduce and minimize the risk of shortages, smuggling, hoarding? Borrow some of your thoughts. Let's see how we can manage this.
My thought is simple here. And I will say to Nigerians, please let us look at it from a different angle. If we have petrol, if we have this supply everywhere in our country, number one, there will be reduced in all these skills that we have today. We only have two different means of traveling in Nigeria. We have the road, the rails are not really working, and the air is not really comfortable for ordinary me and you to do. So basically, we are just ending up on the road. So if we're really ending up on the road, so what we need to now do is this: how do we reduce the cost of bonding? How do we reduce the cost of fuel prices? That is what they should be looking at. That is what they should be doing. If they can reduce it locally and use local currency to transact the business, it will be much more better than using foreign currency to transact our own national and traditional crude oil within our country. If you want to sell it to the outside world, that's fine in currencies you want to trade with, but whenever it comes to Nigeria, everything should be localized. If we can do that, it will ease the bonding, because things are skyrocketing in Nigeria today, and people are beginning to fed up. People are beginning to like, you know what, we don't even believe in anyone again, we don't believe in the government, let alone believe in whatever the government is saying. So what we do need is a decisive security policy that will guide the crude oil marketers, independent marketers, and the government ones as well. NNPC should come up with a framework that should work for us in Nigeria.
All right, I have two questions again, but if you can answer it in less than a minute, I will appreciate
That's
it.
Fine.
Now, the first question is, what economic incentives or disincentives, if there is, can be used to discourage fuel smuggling and encourage the legal trade? Now, the second question is there a legal way to export fuel outside Nigeria?
Well, let me first answer the first question is so simple. The only way out of this is reduce the costs. The moment you are able to reduce the cost within here, I think a lot of people will definitely go around their businesses, and business will work fast and better. If you can reduce the cost of this petrol and petroleum products in Nigeria today, trust me, Nigerians are people that we don't really complain so much about things. All we just want is just the comfort and the comfortability of life. If we can do that, that will be fine. Yes, the second one is the legal way of exporting. Yes, we can. If we have excess, we have no reason for why should we need to export, of course, if we have excess. So the excess can be exported, that is fine. Any country that wants it, we give it to them, and they give us back whatever incentive or money we want from them. That's interesting. Those are the legal ways. But going the illegal ways is now the problem. This is where corruption now comes in. This is where killings and exploitation of different things now comes into play. And this is one thing the government should look into. And whoever is found or, arrested should be, given the fair judgment, rather than, playing different cards and political games and all the rest around it. Because we are not seeing tougher sentences, so we see everything as business as usual. But if we don't want to see all this, then it shouldn't be business as usual. justice must be served to who justice must be served with.
Right.
Arrests should be made whenever arrests should be made. And police and other units working to protect the country must work as well. However, don't forget, wherever they are working, there should be a welfare incentive for them as well. This is how the game can go.
Very, 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 very interesting way to wrap up the conversation this morning. Thank you so much, Femi Aratokun-Ale, for joining us and for sharing your thoughts with us on how to manage border porosity and fuel smuggling across Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
And you too enjoy the rest of your day today.